Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and those who do not wish to specify, good evening. We are back. It's been a while. It's been hot. It's been a bit crazy. But we are back. Hello and good evening. Sorry as I close doors and double check tech stuff. But hopefully everything's working tonight as well. Hope you've all enjoyed the hot weather in the UK. And if you're not based in the UK, I hope you've enjoyed whatever is happening over there. But as you can probably see, tonight is going to be a bit different. We are going to be looking into liveries. Now, I've been trying to do a lot more custom liveries, do a bit more design work. I'm not a designer. I just like doing stuff with cars and making it pretty cool. So some of these we've already kind of got set up today. And saying that, here is actually one that I've already finished. Now, this is for the DTCC Championship here. So this is actually based on Droopy Designs channel. So you do not know who Droopy Designs is. He is a partially sighted streamer. And he basically has done a League Racing Championship. Now, I've been again, it's the 5th season for this one. I've been very much middle of the road, and obviously the aim of this channel is for me to improve my sim racing, get better, improve, and get to that top tier. And granted, I've already missed the first round because I had other things and other plans on, but hopefully I can get myself in there and get myself moved up. But there are certain select kind of cars that you have to have, and as you can probably see on the screen, I'm going to go with this one. Have I got the right corner? Yes, I have. The right corner there. This is going to be the KTM crossbow. Now, I've done this with a design which I quite like. I do think it's quite funny because the amount of times you're trying to go for that apex, go for that position, and you may end up on the grass. So I thought, why not become a lawnmower and go with a little Flymo there. I'm not sponsored by Flymo. Flymo, if you want to sponsor me, go for it. I'd be well up for it. But you can see here I've kind of gone for an orange and green setup here. Why not? Let's make this a full screen, shall we? There we go. So you can see there we've kind of gone for that kind of the blades of grass. We've still got the blue and orange FlynSoloPresents sections in there. We've only gone for kind of a black, orange and green there as well. So we thought that would be quite a good one there. So that's a design I've already done and completed, and I'm quite happy with at the moment. Might add a few extra bits in there. I know there's a lot of speed of sight work that the fantastic, the lovely Drew has works with as well as an ambassador. You know what I might actually do? Let's just see if my shout out things are working today. So we're just going to do, just see if it's going to work. Is it going to work for us there? I don't think it is, but either way, we'll now go for the other one, which is the easier one to do. If I can remember how to do it on this. Is me being exceedingly rubbish here. Has that worked? No, it hasn't. I'm doing this right, aren't I? They're taking it off now. Can you not do that anymore? Boo! Droopy Designs. Go to his channel. That's all I can really recommend on that one there. I'm surprised you can't do that. Interesting. We'll figure it out. Hang on a minute. That's why. Oh dear. Let's try again, shall we? Told you the tech's failing today. Right, let's have a look here. So there we go. Right, shout out. Let's do that first one. That should work. Yep. And then we'll try this one. Boom. Not sure if that's going to work with the videos on the front, but we've done both. Click onto those ones there, guys, and do check out Droopy Designs. But enough of me chatting away. Let's actually get cracking with some liveries. Right, so the cars that we have, let's start with the ones that we need to finish. Now, there are some that we're going to be doing tonight that there's a few extra things I've got to add. but I can't add them yet. It's a bit of a surprise. You'll see sooner on. But what we're going to do here is we'll just go for the main event, which is the Porsche at the moment. So this is kind of what I'm looking for here. This is going to be the main kind of like FlynSoloPresents look that I'm going for. Added a bit of green in there as well. Oh, very fierce. That's very noisy for no reason, but hey, we'll figure it out. Oh my goodness, it is Wire City around here at the moment. There we go. But, right, what we need to do actually is, I'm actually copying a design I've done previously on this channel, but I want to do it more in our colours. Now, first of all, we need to find it, which was the BMW for anybody who remembers. Now, there it is. That was the one I was going to copy here. Maybe not without the surfer there. So we'll see how that one goes. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to double check that I haven't got extra sound coming out here. Don't think so, no. This is an odd one. Hang on a minute. Have I even got sound? This is very interesting if it is. Have I got sound? Have I just been talking into the void? I think I have been. Hang on a minute. Oh no, it's there. So it is talking. That's fine. No worries. Excellent. Anyway, enough of that. So you can see here, this is kind of like the design I've gone for. So I need to kind of see what I can copy from this. I do quite like it. I've then very much gone for the blue. Granted, the wave doesn't really match, but that's what I'm looking at there. So in so doing, what I first need to do is manufacturer. No, we need to go to favorites. It's me forgetting how to computer here. Right, switch over to here. And then what we then need to do here is let's get ourselves into GT Auto and let's get us into the shop and get going. What we can do here. So if we go to Livery Editor, open design, it'll be the current design as well. Edit design. Now, we need to go to the decals first, and if we go to, but we've not finished there, we need to go to favorites if I'm correct. No. Is it on here? No. No. Yes, so open details. So we're now looking for wrap, pattern and wave. That's what we're looking for under that. So let's just go for wave. And hopefully it's going to appear. Because I know which one I'm looking for. There's that kind of green and black one that I had going. Oh, wow, that's a nice Ferrari one. Quite like that. It's not what we're looking for so far. I'm going to find out it's going to be more problematic than I want it to be. Quite like those though. Let's just get those as a backup. Save those in 2 different places. That's going to be helpful for me. What happens if I do wave pattern? Is that going to narrow it down for me? So I know what I'm looking for. Add these in as well. So I quite like the, well, that's not what I want to do. Doing very well so far. I don't know why I've got this up here. I'm just trying to play like this. My goodness. Right, let's have a quick look here, shall we? So we need to go back into here. No. Delete. Yep. Back into here. Crack on with the history. Wave pattern. Right, haha, this is what we're looking for. So wave green, black. That's not the... I wouldn't say that's orange. I wouldn't say that's orange. I would say that is yellow. Which is a real shame. Right, we'll save it. And we'll just see how it looks first of all. There we go. And then if we then do that symmetrically. I'm basing this off the badge. Okay. That's looking pretty good. I'll take it. It's not what I want though. That's the problem. Right, let's now do the basics, which will be adding the usuals to the background here. So straight away we can go to my items here, whack on the logo. Oof, that is a bit big. Let's do that, slots it into the groove there. Duplicate it on the opposite side, beautiful. And if we go to other as well. There we go. Change that to the usual blue. There we go. And then if we go there, I think it's in collections, the DTCC one. Yeah, there it is. Hang on a second, I'm in the wrong bit. There we go. So we want to go to main body here. And if we then add again, gonna go, we go right down here. We get it right on the bottom of the fender. Collections. Thing is, do I really want it green? I'm tempted. We go with the white. That would be working well. And then duplicate that the opposite side. Right, the other thing I wanted to do was see if I could readjust this. Right. That's why. That actually looks a lot better, stretching it out. Let's just see on that, because then what I also want to do is add some of that new stuff that we put in. Favorites. No, it's not what I wanted. What I'm thinking is if we go to what are we feeling on that? Not entirely sure myself, to be honest. That kind of orange yellow is growing on me. I'm going to leave that there for a moment. And I Flyn's already there. That's fine. Let's look here, so go here. That looks better. Right, I need to come out and then look at my reference part again. So if we overwrite that for the moment, we've not changed much, but there's a few things we've changed which we like. Okay, so let's go back to the BMW. Once it's loaded, of course. Let's jump out of here. We need to go to garage. I change the car again. Manufacturer BMW. Okay, so the front. Let's at least make it a bit more cinematic for ourselves here. So it does extend down onto the bumper over the grille. Okay. We're not putting the surfer on there. There's a good reason why for that, which we'll see. Oh, lovely brickwork. Thank you very much for that. Let's try again, shall we? Ah, I've done the roof on there as well, and over the back. Oof. I'm not sure about that cut I've done there. Okay. I see what I've tried to do there now. Which now makes sense. So it actually scoops up over the top, but there's a bit that extends out. I don't want to see that bit. Don't want to see the interior, my dear. Come on. Let's have a look, shall we? Enough of this. I can't do anything with this. Nice advent wheels. That's great. Right. I think the bumper we can work on. Definitely. Yeah. So I'm going to have to completely change what I've just done here, actually. Back through to here. That's me think I'm going to do a few cars, which is still on the first car at the moment. Right, first of all, let's open design. Edit design. Now that's the thing. It was huge. Like, see, that's one side I've done. And that's the other side I've done. So if we... let's decorate the other side, shall we? Now, it was a lot bigger and it was like that, if I remember rightly. Annoyingly, I need it to be like there. Oh, I quite like that with the brake section here. Look, if you look at the brake light, that really sweeps through. That I could probably go with. Yeah. So if we do that, that I could probably work with a lot better, actually. Saying that, you do get a lot more of the wave that side. Right, either way, right, I think I know what I first need to do. Let's go take it back to how it was, annoyingly. There we go. Right, like I said, let's get on with the back, because the back we can do stuff with. Because what we can do here is, if we go to collections, no, it's favourites, wasn't it? If we go to favourites, down to DCCC, and we'll grab this one. What I could then potentially do is that I quite like. That should be about the middle, he says, and then if we then duplicate opposite. Hang on a minute. No, hang on a minute. Budging it all up here. Right, back to here. Duplicate it symmetrically. Yep. Then duplicate it. And then flip vertically. No, horizontally. That's it. No, it is vertically. There we go. And if we do that, and do that. Right, that works. And then see, I quite like that on the back. I think I'm going to go with this side the way the wave's done, because you get to see more of the wave and more of the design. But before we even do that, I need to change the colour of to that, maybe? No. I think what I even might need to do here is move that up, I think. And the reason why I'm going to move it to about there is I'm then going to go for this, move that down to there, duplicate. Oh, this is going to be a clunky fix here. May just use the curvature. Come on, we can make this clunk work. Just nicely does it. This is where I really wish I had a mouse. Now that I like. So duplicate that symmetrically. Yep, perfect. Yep. Perfect. Duplicate that symmetrically. Right, then we delete that one. Yeah. Now the sides are matching. I'm liking that. We do need to figure out this though. So if we go back to the body. Duplicate that symmetrically. Right, so then in so doing, if we then go to body, come round to the front, let's have a look. Back to favourites. Right, first of all, finish. Come on, there we go. Oh, is that going to be that? That's going to be so irritating if that's the case. Right, let's zoom in. As far as I go on that one. So if I do that and then duplicate it symmetrically. Yep, that works for me. What I might just do though is right here. There we go. And I've just got to try and colour match as best I can. That's not going to work for me. What about that? No. It's like a purple, but not a purple. Oh, this is horrid. Absolutely horrid. Right, that is the best. I'm going to colour match that. But you should be able to not spoil that. This is really, really coming together. I'm liking this. And then we've got that along the side. I like that. In so doing, we can delete that. Duplicate on the opposite side. And now let's see if I'm now looking for that PlayStation wave. Let's try the orange. See if that works. I think that's going to work better than the blue. We try that side and then to be honest, I quite like that with the mixture. We'll do that, I think. Duplicate symmetrically. Duplicate symmetrically. This is all coming together. I'm quite liking this. Right, what I need to do is as well, I think, is no favorites, BTCC. I need to put that to the back. Okay. Right. I'm thinking then what we'll do is rear wing. Quite liking this pattern here that we've got. Duplicate that symmetrically. Then I think we then just duplicate. Slide that along. Actually, I think we've made a boo-boo here. If we do that, and then duplicate it again, then it's a continuous pattern. No, let's stick with that. Hang on a minute. Delete that. Do that symmetrically so then the end tips will look the same as well. Let's duplicate that. Slide it across. And then duplicate symmetrically. Perfect. I'm very happy with that. Right, then if we move on to here. This is actually quite an elaborate one I've done here. Let us... No, don't want a new list. We want DTCC. That's what we want. And we want that. There we go. I think that's the best thing we can do there. But then, granted, I should have probably done this one earlier. Let's train it up. Favorites, DTCC, get the blue. There we go. That works, I think. Yep, I'm happy with that. Unless what we do is make this thinner and drop it over to about there. There we go. And then yep. This is starting to all come together, which I'm getting very excited about. Okay. Kind of a tech wave vibe that I'm going for here. There are some spaces which you've probably spotted here, but there's a reason for that, because there's going to be some fake sponsorship once I've sorted out the SVG files. So, now we've done that. This is now looking wicked. Alright, there's the usual things I need to do, which is we need to go to the side mirrors. Oh, that's not good, that the controller's nearly dying. There we go, duplicate that, that's all done there as well. Now, is it too much if we then go on to the body? Because I feel like we've gone quite extravagant with this, but why the flip not? There we go. Now, it has taken a lot of the chrome off because I've covered it in liveries, but I quite like that shine coming through, which is pretty good. Yeah, you see that back panel there, I've left that because I'm going to be adding some logos in there once I've got those up to date. We've got some back sections. Oh, hang on a minute. Hold the friggin' phone. We have got some issues here, potentially. And then we move you as well. In all fairness, I feel like these need to probably move to the side here. If I do that, duplicate on the opposite side, delete that, that looks a lot better. And we've got some more spaces at the back there for the sponsorshipy stuff. Now the question is it even worth me putting the Flynn Solo? If we put that in a nice blue, now what we'd need to do is that would need to go into a darker blue. Now the question would be, can I get these onto the side here? Boom. Then and that should, oh, I see, it does go onto the underside, which does seem a little bit bare. But what I'm tempted to do is seems really stupid, but there we go. I think that will just do. Keep it nice and clean. Let's just do the usual that I do on there, and obviously put the Flynn Solo on the back there as well. Nice mirroring image. That is looking grand now. I'm very happy with that. I think that's probably one of the better ones I've done, actually. It's that line across the back there which I'm not too happy with. No. I do that. We'd need a pattern. How does that look? No, that's not what I want. What I need is could be that. Hang on a second here. What's going on? There we go. So that's that sorted there. We do that, but then what we need to do is no, we don't want that. Hang on a second. This is a bit of an odd one. No, so that needs to go over that, but under the other one. Oh, that's going to be impossible. Right, okay. Let's see if we can just wangle it. I don't know if this is working at all. I think that's going to have to work for now. It covers the gaps and still gives us the space, which is good. Right, I think for the moment that is pretty much done. I think the one thing I just need to do, if I go onto the body here, Actually, you know what? I think the white looks better. There we go. And then '24's on the back. I'm happy with that, I think. In so doing, haven't done the front bumper. Fingers crossed. There we go. Now that, I think, is now done, Romeo done. Alright, now that is done and complete. What we now need to do is, first of all, close it off, apply the design, and get a nice photo of it. That's what we want. Lovely little photo. It's very busy, but we'll see how that goes once we've got it. See if there's any tweaks we want to kind of do whilst we're going along with this as well. There we go. Right, so that's now done. Let's go over to scapes. Oh, there seems to be some new scapes. What is new? Shooting the perfect square, geometric backdrops. Okay. Let's have a look at this then, shall we? Quite like this one. Obviously we'll get rid of, I think that's the DeLorean actually. Place new car. Select a car. There we go. Yeah. Let's try this, shall we? See what it actually looked like. If we don't see any of the livery, which we don't. No. Right, we'll come out here. I'm not going to use that then. Let's go to all spots. Let's narrow it down. By the beautiful United Kingdom. There it is. Province. Let's do London. Let's do the Millennium Bridge because I did that with my place. There we go. Quite happy with that. Let's pop Mr. Flynn in as well. Always the arms crossed. Put him there. Let's see what fix we can do here. So lo-fi. That really brings out that colour though. I think let's go for the lo-fi actually. And then if we can do another filter. Shadow boost. Yes! Look at that. Boom. Right, I'm happy with that. Beautiful. It's good. I feel like there's something missing there. Something I may need to take away. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Save this picture and we'll share it. Thank you very much. DTCC. Season 5. This is technically the flagship car that I'm going here. Porsche. There we go. There we go. Hate putting these comments in. It's just like, why? Why? Alright, first of all, put in the old FSP. Then we'll put in DTCC. And then we'll put in Porsche. There we go. Share for everyone. There we go. Very happy with that. Right, what's the time? I'm not sure we've got a lot of time left here. So what I think I might do, because this is the thing, I've technically still got the other 3 cars to do. Flymo's done, Cayman's nearly done, I've just got those logos, and then these are going to be ones that I've got some people who are happy to be the fake like themes for it. Now we've already started with the Scirocco, but it's not done yet. So not entirely sure on that. You know what? I think I've spent so much time on the Cayman. Let's actually finish with some racing today, I think. Like, again, if you want me to go back to designing, just say so in chat. But I think what we should do is let's do some races. So let's have a look at what we've got for the weeklies. Can we actually drive this Porsche now that we've just created? Do the weeklies give us anything? American, Sunday Cup, special event. That's Ferraris only, historic. That would probably be the only one we could do. So if I click into here, can I do that? Yes, I can. If I come out, if I'm correct, that would be American only, so that'll be a no. So yeah, let's do that then, shall we? Let's do this one. And we've got the sports softs on, which we would do. Let's give it a whirl. Let's see what happens, shall we? Oof. To be honest, I've not actually driven the Porsche at all. Wow, you can tell This is absolutely annihilating people here. Coming through with the Cayman. I've actually sat in one of these. It is nice. Very nice. But in all fairness, it's... One thing I found is I can fit in a Cayman. Boxster, not so much. We're going to slip up the inside of Lopez here. Beautiful. Also, you may have spotted as well as I used to have traction control on for most cars, but I've turned it off now just to see if I can push that experience. Have full control of the throttle as well. Ooh. Yeah, I think this car is massively outclassing a lot of the field here. There we go. This does feel quite smooth, he says, as he then takes it off. There we go. We've got time. We'll still get the P1. Yeah, and the glitchy pedal again. Fairness, this Logitech has done me a good service for nearly, what, 5 years? I think I might just need to readjust the sensitivity on the accelerator pedal. Yeah, still not sure on that. But there we go. That's it, through we go. In all fairness, we've done this for the livery, we should probably be showing it off. There we go. Go. Oh, it's weird on the chase cam, it really is. There we go, bringing it round. I'm sure it's just been doing this in silence, but oh goodness, we've got another one of those best viewers. Oh, nearly didn't stop it. There we go. Well, that, I think, was an almighty success. Would you look at that? Right. So I'm happy with that. Right, let's just see if there is a daily available. We'll do a daily before we finish the stream. If there is a daily not available. Not available. We'll see. Let's go to sports. I've not done the manufacturers in a while. Really jump back on that. That's coming up in Goodwood in Cadillacs. Okay. I do have a Cadillac in black. Ugh. Ick. That starts in 2 minutes. I'm not sure we're going to get that started in time, so I'm not driving around in a black Cadillac. Hang on a minute. Let's try that again, shall we? I could just rimp one and just change the colour. Oh, let's go Regal Turquoise, I think. Do we have enough time to get into any practice, or are we just going in blind? We've got time for the teeniest bit of practice. Let's see how this Cadillac handles. I bet it's going to be friggin' awful. But we'll see. Okay, it's not too bad. Come on, nice and easy. Nice and easy, there we go. This is feeling a lot like the Alpine. A lot of body roll. Also on Sport Hards, what is this? Let's just see if we can glide this round. Here we go. This isn't too bad. Right, we're going to be starting from on the back of the grid. Here we go. Right, this will be the race to finish off the stream. Look at that. Let's actually double check to see who he's on at the moment. Boom, 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 boom. Right. Oh, a lot of people are going for the red one. There we go, warm-up complete. Is it a standing start? That's the question though. That I did not check. Like how I'm also not the one at the back. I am midfield, which means there's going to be carnage. Right, well, we saw Mercedes' time was a 1 minute 27, so yeah, it's a standing start. That was an awful start by me. That's fine. Caught it, but I've lost momentum. D12 is all over me. Going around the outside, you're brave. Right, there's 2 people off already. Another recovery there. How many laps? 4 of these, okay. Luckily no DR is affected, which is good. We need to deactivate the horn button on this. Oh, track limits is track limit is not wanted on this, is it? Alright, let's keep going. That was a good recovery there. We're up to P8. More by luck than judgment. Okay. Just taking on here. This just feels like a bit of an Airbus at the front. I'm not talking a plane, I'm talking literally, like, I'm not even, I've turned it just the tiniest bit and it went mental. Here we go. Right, 133. Let's see if we can get the 133 down, eh? That is all she wrote, my friends. Oh, come on. Crikey. Trying to get this classic car to go. This is a beautiful car, though. All right, let's try again, shall we? That's it. This is the last lap, so hopefully some people up ahead are going to go a bit crazy. Hopefully not me. Said that, there's been a spin. Can I capitalise on this? I don't think so. I think I'm just a bit too far behind. We are closing rapidly. I think it is too little too late. Where that spin happened, but there we go. My goodness, that did feel a bit messy. But that, my friends, I think is going to be that. Let's whack that over here for the moment. And then just cut that off for the moment. So yes, I should be back on Monday, but we've got the most important thing to do now, which is we need to... I just quickly come out of the lobby. We've got to activate the wheel. Boom. So if we activate the wheel, you can see what we are doing next time. So we've got DTC practice, trophies, time trials, cup completes, missions, weeklies, licenses. So let's just give it a spin and we'll give it a whirl and see what happens, he says. So we have got weeklies. That's what we're going to be doing next time. So we can remove that from that for the moment. So we've got weeklies that we need to do. So that is the plan next time. So in so doing, I can close that down. That is what we're going to be doing next week. So thank you very much. I'm not going to do a raid this time, so we're just going to finish off the stream for today, he says, and we'll go from there. But thank you very much indeed to anyone who's following. Please make sure if you want to follow and subscribe, it really helps support the channel. This has also been streaming on YouTube, so all my YouTuber subscribers and likes, thank you very much for joining us for that as well. But anyways, until next time, guys, have a fantastic week. Enjoy the sun if you're in the UK. It was 32 at the weekend. It's been, I think, steady 20, so enjoy. And if not, I think, I say that before I'm going to log off, I'm going to double check this for you. I think we've got a race this weekend on Drew's channel. So, oof. Let's look at the information. 28th of June. If I'm correct. Yep, that's looking. Yep, this Saturday, 28th of June at 8 PM British Standard Time. Jump onto Drew's channel. I'll be hopefully racing. It'll be the second round, but the first round for me. And we'll go from there. But until then, guys, take care. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.